Hey guys, welcome back to a YouTube video. And if you don't know, I managed to revise for a Biology AS exam in 19 days. I managed to secure an A star. So this was actually a school exam. It was an end of year, so it wasn't a real AS exam since it was a bit too late to register for those. But this exam was essentially an AS exam, just as hard, if not harder. And yeah, managed to get an A star in 19 days. So I'm just going to be going over everything I did, and hopefully you too will be able to get an A star in 19 days following these steps. Okay, so basically I'm just going to go over everything that I did. Now, for the first 15 days, it all starts here on this website called AI Exam Tutor. So I'll put a link to this down below. But essentially it has past papers in the app, and it uses AI algorithms or large language models to mark the answers you give. And then yeah, it's essentially a combination of AI marking and flashcard apps to ensure you get all the answers and make sure you know all the content. So create an account on this and hop over to classes, click on this people button, and this is going to let you join a class. Now I've created a class for biology and it's called Brilliant Biology. The class code is 3C5X9K, all lowercase letters, and click OK, and you'll be bringing over to this class here. So as you can see, this class already has all of the stacks on it. And what you're doing for the first 15 days is each day just go through each of these stacks and get them to 100%. So I'll give you an example. If I click on biology 1, I don't think I did this one. I think I did this separately, but yeah, you can see they come with questions. So here is a question and here's the answer. What you do is you click start practicing and you can just type in your answer here. So for example, what is meant by the term tissue? Well, let's say I only had 1 point. Let's say I said a tissue is a collection of similar cells which work together to perform a common function. I think they might be the same cells, but this should be fine. And we click mark, and it will actually mark it automatically. And also highlight what you've done. So you can see this is the mark scheme. It is a group of many similar cells. We got that work together for a common function. So we also managed to get that. Okay, and this product it's in beta, so it's a bit glitchy here and there, but it overall does work pretty well. And once you've done that, you can just get through it. So you can see if I click continue here, this progress counter goes up and it moves me up to 55%. So what I need you to do is go through every one of these stacks and get them to 100%. And the way this counter works is you need to make sure you get all of the mark points, and so that means once you get to 100%, you would have covered every single mark point for every single question in the paper, and you should know it off by heart. This helps you really consolidate the knowledge. And another thing that's really important is you need to be curious. Like for example, if you didn't know what, I don't know, a cell was, I'd need you to search up what is a cell, and you could just research about things and make sure you just fully understand everything that's in the mark scheme. Don't just memorize, but rather try to understand, since that's what's really going to help you apply your knowledge in the harder questions. So yeah, just make sure you get through all these questions, and then you can just get out of there and go to the next one and get these all to 100%. So I'm pretty sure I've got the rest of them to 100%. Yeah, so we've got biology 2 to 100%, biology 3. So yeah, that's all good. So yeah, for each day of the first 15, just make sure you get each one of these stacks to 100%. Then for day 16 to 19, so once you've finished all of these days, you should have effectively got the entire knowledge of the course. If I hop over to physics and maths tutor, and go to past papers, you should be able to see, this is for EdexcelA, by the way, just to let you know. Should work for other boards though, but yeah, specifically for EdexcelA. These 15 papers cover all of the papers given for this specification. And once you've done that, the next thing to do for the days 16 to 19 is just go to the topic questions. So biology, EdexcelA, and use the A-level papers. They have more questions. So the AS Biology has topics 1, 2, 3 and 4, and what you need to do is just go through each one of these and complete all of these. Now there's a lot of questions, but what I did to speed up the process was I would just say my answer here. So for example, why does high blood pressure increase the risk? Well, you could say high blood pressure increases the risk of damage to the endothelial layer in the artery, which therefore would lead to an inflammation response, which would lead to a coagulation cascade, which would lead to plaque and atheroma collecting, which would therefore lead to atherosclerosis, the narrowing of the blood lumen, and that could lead to CVDs such as heart attacks. That's what I would say. And then in a separate tab I'd also have the answers open, and you just mark it as you go along. That is a lot faster than writing down questions, but to make sure you still stay in touch with the writing aspect, just write down 1 in every 10 questions just so you get it. So like for this one, if I went to question 10, I would actually write this on a separate piece of paper, or if you do it on an iPad, I just write it down so that you can actually make sure you still stay in touch. Now if I had more time, I would go through each of these questions and just do them myself, like with actually writing it, but you have to get through I'd say about 3,000 marks worth of questions in just 4 days. So yeah, it's not feasible to write every single question physically, so it's easier to just talk it. If you have more time, you should handwrite them though. So yeah, that is essentially what I did for the 19 days and managed to walk out with an A star. Now there's just a few supplements you could do. So one thing which is really useful are these flashcards. In my free time I just sort of went through them, just like going through, and you don't have to get them exactly because these aren't really exam answers, but just try to get the basic points. If there's something you don't understand, again, just be curious. Benefits and risks of statins, and you might wonder, how does statins lead to memory loss? Well, you could just search this up, and alright, you can see there's some controversial opinions. There's currently no evidence confirming this link, but exam board says it does, so I guess it does in their eyes. But yeah, just be curious. And another thing I'd say is you can use YouTube channels. One YouTube channel I really liked was the Amoeba Sisters. There we go. They make really high quality videos. I'm not sponsored by them, but they're just really high quality and they actually make it fun to learn biology. So yeah, if you want to watch them, that's great. But yeah, that's essentially what I did. So first 15 days went over every stack in here, got it to 100%. Then for the next 4 days I just went over every single question in each topic and just made sure I understood it. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you too can get an A star in biology in 19 days. See you guys in another video, and goodbye.